enter one and pass the cloudy door where wonderful things will happen that the world has never seen before.
In Dexter's laboratory lives the dopest nerd you've ever seen. One day he smoked some cannabis and had a dream. What if he could sesh with fandom's best in Dexter's Dab?
Round two. Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Nerdy Stoner Podcast with your favorite huggable stoner, Dexter, aka Smokey D. Sploofy, aka Stash Tokum, aka the Weedy Weeb of the East, aka the Puffin Man. I am joined today by one of the best blurs in the community, Mr. King Kurt Live of HNIC himself. How are you doing today, my man?
I cannot complain. I lie to you not. I like. What would you say, Mr. Puffin? What?
The Puffin Man.
The Puffin Man. I live shit. I feel like I need a lot of spliff. No, honestly, we have had an amazing Blerdcon. We've had the opportunity to get with all our cousins, and I'm getting to sit down with you and have an opportunity to drink a little liquor.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And talk a little shit, liquor.
So you have been like doing your thing, supporting people in the community for like so long. Like, I'm just curious, like, what's your reflection on everything that you've done, like up until now, like being here at Blerdcon, hosting your own panel? Like, this is your second or third year in a row, fourth year in a row hosting a panel at Blerdcon. Like, just what's that been like?
The mission isn't finished. Genuinely, it is a blessing to be in a curated space for people of color. Absolutely. Specifically people of color who have a love of nerddom and fandom, and to be amongst our people, to be able to show our art and our craft and engage in such a dope ass community and be authentic and real in our true selves without censorship. I cannot really quantify in words what that means.
No, I get that, because I mean, for so long, like I was talking to Miss LJ Herser. You can't see her right here, but she's right here. Miss LJ Herser, Miss.
It's all right.
Listen,
that's what it is.
I've been drinking. He gave
that's
me.
Why the sexy
Look,
lights is on.
He gave me an edible earlier, so excuse me if it's like starting to kind of kick in, but. Miss Phoenix over here, the sultriest voice in the game. How you doing today?
Fine, and it's Foxy Roxy.
I'm sorry, Miss Foxy Roxy. I'm a little fucked up.
Okay, I understand, but I'm doing well.
Stoner nerd, y'all.
Miss Foxy Roxy, the most sultriest voice in the game, also gave me some pointers on voice acting earlier. But just, it's nice to finally be represented in like spaces like this, and just be seen as well as heard. And you and your team are definitely helping people with that. Like, you're constantly bringing on new creators onto your show, onto your platform, promoting. Like, it's amazing, and we appreciate you.
Well, it's been a journey, I have to admit. I've been fortunate enough to be in this entertainment game for a long time, but it's amazing to see the growth and the way that these amazing Black women, because genuinely, this does not work without women of color. A lot of people joke and be like, "Oh, Kurt, you're always around all these beautiful women, this, that, and the third." And it's really not that. It's just, if you want something to be successful, give it to a Black woman.
Facts.
I mean, you give her a house, she'll make a home. You give her a kid, oh, fuck them kids. I had to think about that. I ain't got no kids. But what I'm trying to say is, Teffy, Roxy, Sassy, Gina, there's been so many amazing individuals that have come in and out of our organization who literally put the organization on their backs and make amazing content out of nothing. And they support. And one of the things that I love about our sisters is they will genuinely support without expecting to receive in return.
Absolutely.
Like they will sacrifice their wants, desires, and whatnot for the greater good, more so than the brothers. Not saying that our brothers ain't out here doing anything. Much love to our brothers, but there's nothing like a black woman who will say, I see the bigger picture, I see the vision, let's put our heads down and let's get it done.
Right.
And I've been fortunate enough to be with a team full of women like that. And that's one of the reasons why we have grown exponentially, aside from the fact that I'm a talented motherfucker.
A talented motherfucker that you are. No, don't choke, man. I'm gonna give you your flowers, okay? I'm gonna give you your flowers.
I've been blessed to be able to, and I always need affirmations and reaffirmations from my team because I suffer from imposter syndrome viciously, and I tell people all the time. Sometimes you need people in your corner to say you can do the thing. As a matter of fact, very recently, I've been a comedian, goddamn near all my fucking life, but I have toured with Sinbad, opened for Michael Blackston. I have seen some greats and performed with some greats. Kev on stage, Tony Baker, names that mean something in the industry, but wasn't nothing like getting a voicemail from Sassy. And I didn't even know Sassy was over there.
Oh shit! Hello, Sassy.
It wasn't nothing like getting a voicemail from Sassy, and she said, "As much as I love what we do at HNIC, she said, Kurt, your gift and your talent is comedy. Go do that thing, elevate, come back, and then pull everybody up." Because of her, and a couple other things, but because of her, the universe saw fit for me to enter the Philly's Funniest competition. Mm-hmm. And everybody came through, showed out, and we're still in the process of that. In my mind, I thought, hey, I'm just doing this thing so that we could promote HNIC,
right?
And we could build on what the brand is and this, that, and the third. We just keep it going. You know what I mean? And I did I have to say, one of my funniest 5-minute sets in a room full of people who do not look like me. And that was new for me. Every other space that I've ever had with comedy has been curated specifically for our demographic, black people.
Yeah.
You do black jokes for black folks. Man, you ever been in a room full of people and say nigga? That's a new goddamn experience. And I'd be like, y'all laughing too goddamn hard now. Hold on.
Like, shit. This ain't your first time.
This ain't your first time. Y'all know y'all say nigga at home. Goddamn it. But now it speaks to me because from Sassy's conversation with me, it made me think about every other creative that sits stifled and literally are paused because they think maybe I can't do it. And as we curate our network and we build our brand and we bring in all the creatives that you talk about, whether we is inviting them on the show or helping them curate their own show, or just giving them information that they may not know about the entertainment business. The affirmation, the thing that I always tell people is, even if you don't know what you're doing, start.
Right.
Do it wrong.
Yeah.
Do it wrong for a long time. And that's okay. But do it, because in doing it, you're going to learn. And better to learn while doing than to do nothing at all. So many creatives sit there and just try to make this. You all right? You getting lost? That's my best friend.
You want some water?
He coughing during my shit. That's what but so many motherfuckers sit there stifled, worried about, am I going to do it right? When it really is, have I started?
Right.
And that's why I love this. I love what you do. I love the fact that you're a niche within a niche within a niche, because you're black, but also you're a black nerd. But also you're a black nerd that's a stoner. So once you start speaking to specific demographics, that's where you curate your community. Mm-hmm. And once you have that community, well, that's where your power lies. It's in the people. Fred Hampton used to say the power truly is within the people. And then when you understand that if you are the voice of the media and you are the voice of a community, that's where our true power lies in being able to bring together that community and make a call to action. Whatever that call to action is dictated upon you. So you have to utilize that power in a way that's going to be not only responsible, but that's also going to advance the culture.
Absolutely.
That was a lot of words for that goddamn question.
No. That was perfect. It hit multiple points, and I appreciate you saying all that, because everything you said it's factual. Like we definitely have to support one another within this space, and at the same time put ourselves in spaces that we're not really, comfortable in, because how are we going to grow if not to put ourselves in these uncomfortable situations? Like shit, like right now, this is my first like live in-person interview type thing that I'm doing right now. So I've done stuff on like StreamYard, but this is my first like just shooting the shit with somebody, and it's fucking awesome.
Treat the shit like drink champs.
There you go.
Nori always talking and shut the fuck up and let the nigga talk. God damn it, Nori, if you out there, I just want to work with you. Just bring me on drink champs, I promise you.
I support it. He can handle it.
Yeah. Look, me and him, we gonna smoke and drink.
Let's go. I'll smoke. He drinks.
He's smoking. I'll do the drink.
Let's go. But speaking of smoking, something that I, of course, have to ask you that I love to ask everybody. Well, a couple of questions, but to start off with, if there was any character in the multiverse that you yourself could sesh with, who would it be and why? You are not limited to anime, TV, movies, books, whatever you want.
I already got it.
Who you want?
I already got it. First, before I answer that question,
okay,
let me please reiterate that I am a federal employee and I have never partaken.
I'm sorry. Hypothetically, hypothetically,
job at the end of this.
Hypothetically, if there was someone
completely
hypothetically, because we don't, we want you to be able to maintain your job. Yes. Hypothetically, if there was somebody you could sesh with,
fuck you. All right,
who would it be and why?
Easily James Baldwin.
Really? Okay.
Without question. I get emotional thinking about James Baldwin, because when you talk about a person who encapsulates it, the idea that Black people are not just one thing. Poet, activist, whether his sexuality, people speculate on what his sexuality was. This is irrelevant, in my opinion. Because who's in his bed is whoever that man wants.
It doesn't matter about what he did for the people.
But when you talk about somebody who articulated a vision and a message for a generation and a culture, when I to this day, I always think about one of his quotes where he was like, I don't think about work. You know what I mean? I don't dream about work. And to me, it's a simple thing to say, but for us, all we ever know is grind. For people of color, all we ever fucking preach is grind. You got to do better because you got to do better than the generation that comes before. You got to work. You got to work. You got to work. Nah, we got to dream. We got to create. We have to have the arts. You have to have the ideal that there is something more than what this world gives us now. Because if you only know the grind, you can't lift your head up to dream any bigger than what's in front of you.
X.
So if I was going to do a session, plus James looked like he could tote. James looked like, listen, if he could deep throat, he could tote.
Look, in the era that he was in, I'm just saying.
Joking, James. If I know you did, but if you hear me, don't deny me heaven. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I go, okay. Well, that's something, but I got a curveball for you. Who is somebody you would hate to smoke with? Like absolutely. Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Legit. I gotta be very careful how I say this. Because once again, I work for the federal government. As a person, as an individual, I hate somebody that does not have a governor on their mouth. You cannot say whatever you want without consequence. I like to add that addendum. You can say whatever you want, but there's a consequence for the shit that you say. And the fact that he emboldened an entire generation of white people to think that they can't fuck around and find out. Yeah, I don't want to smoke weed with that guy. Nah, I don't want no parts of that. His son a fuck nigga, so that might be fun, but not not Donald. No, not Donald.
Not Donald.
No,
Okay.
not that guy.
All right. How about this? You personally get to introduce Bud into one universe. What universe are you introducing it to?
So many questions.
Hey man, I'm hitting you with the off top of the dome.
If I had to introduce Bud into a universe, it's got to be an uptight universe.
Okay, that's fair.
Niggas need to relax.
Facts.
Y'all doing too fucking much. You need to smoke a little weed, get loose. So I got to think about an uptight ass universe. You know what? And this is off the top of my head, but
okay,
I'm gonna go ahead on and give it to the Inhumans.
Okay,
I'm gonna give it to the Inhumans. Here's why: Black Bolt ain't said shit. I mean, Black Bolt can't even say a goddamn word. That nigga, I know he got some shit he been wanting to say off his chest. Some weed to ease all that bullshit out. Medusa got that yaki. That are attacky. So I'm just saying you need to ease off them strands a little bit. I feel like the Inhumans as a community,
right,
sitting up on the moon, we might be a little bit better when the gravitational pull ain't what you think it is. So I'm introducing to that universe.
Okay, that's fair. All right, I got one more question for you.
All right, shoot.
So, if there was a universe that you could actually like get a strain from, like a strain that just a universe where you think like the weed is just going to be the absolute fucking best ever because you know the people in that universe have cultivated it to be the best ever. Like, where are you getting some bud from? Like, come on. The multiverse dispensary is open. Where are you shopping?
The multiverse dispensary is open.
Where are you shopping?
And you know the sad part is I thought this would be difficult.
Okay.
I really thought this would be difficult, but let me talk to you about this nigga called the High Evolutionary.
Hey,
listen.
You know what? I can't argue. No. I can't argue with that. I cannot. And I cannot argue with that.
I'm not even talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy version. I'm talking about the actual comic book version of the High Evolutionary.
My man is all about perfection. Come on now. If anybody was gonna make the perfect strain,
come on, that would be the guy. Like literally, it would have the hairs and the hue. Like it would be a color that ain't been ever seen before. It'd be some like purple. I don't know what I didn't put purple. I just made that word up.
Hey, you know what? It's gonna be like that dress that everybody thought was like either blue
or red.
Like depending on who you are, you look at it
like even touching it would be problematic because the THC would just homogenate into your genes and shit. I put it like this. The High Evolutionary is the man that I would go to that universe to be like, bruh, we need the best weed ever. And that's the guy. I was kind of Marvel fanboying on that one. There was a lot of Marvel-esque.
I mean, it's a solid pick though.
But if I can I just throw out a B option?
Go for it.
Bulma.
Hey,
Bulma. But look, Capsule Corp be making some shit.
Okay, so hear me out. They can make capsules for just about anything, right? A capsule grow.
All right, listen to you, Ira. Boom. A whole weed field.
Just instantly.
And pick it up like collard green. It's them collards, your mind, you just eat, baby.
collards.
That's some weed shit. I like that.
Well, my man, I appreciate you being here with me. I appreciate you inviting me over into your porn studio.
Wow!
And letting me have some of your special drink.
The high evolutionaries made this special for the HNIC.
You heard it here, folks.
You ain't never lied about that, goddamn, because I am fucked up.
As am I. Yeah, I think that edible is starting to, kind of hit in. So, yeah, thank you for being on my podcast with me. I appreciate you. I am looking forward to partying with you in the future and having even more fun adventures and talking and conversing and just.
I'm gonna put an invitation out to you, so that means you're gonna come on our live show, right?
Absolutely, I'm down.
All right, say less. Then let's set it up. Come on a live show, and I have to get Sassy to make room in her busy schedule, and to sit and talk about all things cannabis nerd because she's a shonen hater. Oh yeah,
I do know you're a shonen hater. So does that mean that you didn't agree with my One Piece being the best anime?
This shit ain't formal.
Hey, I can turn this camera around. I'm just saying.
This is like the whole portion. You just come over.
I'm coming over. I'm coming over. All right, over here talking.
Shit, yeah, because you
please
talk
do.
Step in.
No. So,
so
first and foremost, like, let's talk about this, the whole shonen thing.
Oh my god!
So I'm not saying because I know I look like a hypocrite. I got this.
Yeah.
But either which way, the main point is, you too, because that's why my head in your face. But anyway. The whole thing is that shonen is nice, but there are other genres out there, and you're blocking me from getting those other genres seasons because you stay on shonen only. So please try to focus on other things because Wonder Egg priority. Go watch it. I need more seasons.
And only Sassy, everybody.
Yes, only Sassy. And with that, I think we are concluded for this live first official episode. Yeah. Thank you, King Kirk Live, for being on here, man. I really appreciate you.
And thank you for your content. Keep creating. In any way we can support, we're here.
Thank you, my man. I appreciate that. Hello, friends. I am back in the porn room with Addison of HNIC. Addison, how you doing today, my man?
I'm doing really good. I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing great.
You feeling good?
I'm feeling good.
You feeling great?
I'm feeling great. I'm high on life, y'all. Just so you know.
Life. He's high on life.
What's going on, Destin? How are you?
I am doing fantastic. I am having an awesome time at Blerdcon. I'm just loving being around my people.
Isn't that great? Like, it's so cool to see people of color and melanated people just having a good time. Like, nobody's here to talk about oppression or sadness or what went wrong or what we got to fight against. We're just here to enjoy each other, and it's beautiful. It's fun, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's why I'm high on life. There you go.
Well, my friend, speaking of high, if there was a character in the multiverse that you can get high with, who is it going to be and why?
A character in the multiverse. Now, this has to be like a comic book character.
Literally any character you want.
Anybody.
Comics, anime, movie, books. It doesn't matter. You want to know why? Because I have a strength that can take us anywhere in the multiverse.
Dude, that is so cool. I'm like flying high, and it could be anybody.
It's called the Nexus. You heard it here first, folks. That is the name of my strain that can take us anywhere in the multiverse.
So who would I want to share a toke with? That's a good question. I'm going to pick. All right, so just bear with me here.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick Barack Obama.
Okay.
And, all right. Me having because one, I think he's cool.
Fair enough.
Two, we loosens you up, right? A little bit, right? It makes you willing to talk. and the presidents know all the secrets, right?
I
just
see where this is going.
What's in Area 51, right? Who really killed JFK?
You want to find out what all the Naruto runners did not find out.
Exactly. They all went down there, but for real, if y'all lit one up with President Obama, you know by now. And that's all I'm saying. Like,
Let's just play a hypothetical scenario.
okay.
So, in Area 51, we have alien spaceships.
Oh,
I'm not kidding you. Like, we have them there. We have the technology to traverse space. I'm just saying.
that's amazing. I like to know a little bit more about the aliens, specifically the lady.
Oh well, me and Michelle, we like to dabble in a little bit of polyamory here and there. So the aliens, they like to get jiggy with it, if you know what I'm saying.
These are the things that matter, Barack. These are the things we need to know. This is what the people want to hear.
Oh, I know, young man. Oh, I know.
That's amazing. That's excellent.
Thank you.
Good Barack Obama, by the way. Right?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well,
Oh, man.
you know what? But while we're here, if there was somebody you did not want to get high with, who is it and why?
Somebody I would not want to get high with.
Yeah.
Same rules. Like
Same rules.
entire
Multiverse. Anybody.
Any character. Okay. I'm gonna say, I don't know if this is a cheat or not, because maybe he could get high.
Okay.
But I've never seen it. Superman.
Ooh.
Superman.
Okay.
All right, and because like you'd be high, right?
Right.
But he wouldn't be. like what strain exists that could get Superman high?
I mean,
so he'd be really nice to you. He'd be chilling.
You know what?
But like,
I feel like Superman would be the type of person that would like smoke with you and would pretend to be high just to make you feel good as a person for wanting to get him high. It's like,
do you hear that? He's like, yeah, I guess.
Totally, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude.
Crazy.
I hear the crickets. I can actually hear the crickets, but if you hear them too, I'm happy for you, bro.
Like, awesome. Good for you, right?
It's like you come to him with like you're like, bro, this is some of the dankest shit ever. Like Snoop Dogg smoked this. He took 2 puffs and he was like, ooh wee. And then Superman, he just takes a hit like, oh yeah, dude. This is like, whoa. Dude, I got the munchies, man.
Right. Like, he's not high, Clark, man. Like, get out my face, bro. Like,
but I appreciate you trying that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it would be. I can't think of anybody else negative. I mean,
who do you think deserves to smoke like in the multiverse? Like, who do you think is like has been through enough shit where it's like, bro, here's a blunt or 2 or 7. It's like you've been through enough.
Like you
deserve a break.
You have dealt with enough. Okay. Whew. Throughout history, that's difficult. But in the
the multiverse, man.
But the multiverse, you made even.
Yeah, man. Like comics, like I mean, Raven been through some shit. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Cool. I feel you. All right, 2. It's a little bit of a cheat. I'll let you let me know which one you think is
no. Please say them both.
He's young, but if you're talking about people who've been through stuff, Peter Parker, right?
I can't argue with that. I cannot argue with that at all.
On the regular.
Okay, so why is he like the superhero who continuously goes through shit? Like, why? He's continuously, and you know what? I feel like I just kind of like thought of the answer to my own question.
Yeah. You probably thought the same thing I'm thinking now.
He's the realest superhero ever because he doesn't have a great job.
Mm-mm.
He has a mediocre apartment.
No.
He's married, but he's still struggling.
Yeah.
He's a dad, so that's struggling even more. So he's a photographer in the digital age. Come on.
So oh my God, how about that? Like, here's the problem. He hasn't gotten high. And here's why, right? Because he cares so much about everything and everybody.
Right.
So there's a problem. He's going to fix it. He'll sacrifice whatever. And that's his problem. If he took a smoke and he leaned back, he'd be like, you know what? I don't really give a F. Like, yeah, the kids stole sneakers from the local sneaker store. It's cool. I'm gonna chill. And he would get in a lot of danger. He'd only worry about the stuff that really mattered. He'd be like, I guess I'm gonna do something about this super villain. You know what I mean? He spend more time with his family.
Yeah.
Right?
He'd be like, well, I mean, when you think about it, like a majority of the Marvel heroes are in New York City, so it's like, does he really have to do everything?
He could
is,
move
like,
to Jersey or Philly and just deal with less problems.
Like,
right? Like,
bro, I feel like he could hit up. I feel like.
One more.
I feel like he could hit up Matt Murdock, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, be like, hey, dude, like, my little girl, she's teething right now, so,
Right.
you know, I gotta take care of her. Can you just, like, handle this shit for me?
Dexter, he could call out from work.
Bro,
He
could.
He can call out from work.
Okay, superheroes can literally call out from work without anybody, like, questioning. It's just like, hey, bro, I got an emergency. Bro, you good. You good. It's a robbery? Please.
Yeah, no. Hey, Matt, can you handle this one? I'm not
Look,
feeling that
man.
great, bro. I was smoking with my friend Addison. I was smoking with Dexter. I'm a little bit high. I don't trust my spidey sense right now. Can
Like,
you take care of this?
literally everything is making my spidey sense go off. Like this lamp beside me, the old woman outside with the carryout. Like, I don't know, bro. I feel like she's like a member of the Kingpin's organization.
Peter's a paranoid. He's paranoid when he's high.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like,
Where's Aunt May? Like, bro, calm down. It's like with great highness comes great responsibility. Calm down, Pete. Relax. Lean back. It's okay. I called Matt. You're fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's Peter Parker. Yeah, he's definitely he needs it. He needs it. Maybe Batman almost as much, but
I mean, you know what? Batman, I feel like, is a conversation for like a whole nother day.
A whole podcast, right?
Because that's just a, oh my God, Batman. Okay, I'm just gonna acknowledge this right now.
Mhm.
Bruce Wayne himself could fix a lot of the problems that are plaguing Gotham City. That is where I'm going to end this episode.
Okay.
We will pick that up on another one.
That's a good
But
that's heavy.
Bruce Wayne can fix a lot of the problems that are happening in Gotham City. Boom.
Thank you.
Back in the 4K porn room, guys. Got another friend to interview. My man, what is your name?
Sam D Man online, or you can check me out at My Dad's Basement. It's pretty much on every social media, TikTok mostly, but Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Follow. I talk about pretty much everything nerdy, comic books, cartoons, movies, action figures, you name it. We're talking about it. D&D, anything nerdy, you can check it out in the basement. So that's me.
That's what's up. How long you been doing this for?
Ooh, it'll be a year come August. I'll be honest though, the consistency is a bit of a thing. Because we all have personal lives and shit like that. So it's one of those things where I will do it, and then unfortunately, when stuff happens, I tend to take a break. But which is kind of the state I'm in now. But I wanted to use Blerdcon as a way to kind of give me like a big jump forward and to kind of be like, all right, let me get back into the mix. And based on the experiences I'm having so far, I'm definitely thinking that this is definitely going to give me a boost, especially meeting you and seeing you do your interviews, man. You're definitely an inspiration. Like, for
Oh
sure.
my God, he's so nice. Well, I appreciate you being here, my man.
Oh, yeah, no.
You're awesome, and yeah, just I appreciate you being here.
No, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you being here and taking the time to interview me because, honestly, cons is one of those things where I never really looked at it as work beforehand. But after establishing a brand trying to establish a brand and meeting other people like Curtis with Head Nerds in Charge and Demetrius at Hellspawn Cosplay and a bunch of other people, and seeing them put in the work and, having the followings that they have and the missions that they have, like it's an inspiration to me. Like I said, and even seeing you and meeting you here today and just learning about you, you already have inspired me to be like, oh man, I gotta do this. I gotta keep going. So
I haven't even been doing this for I am just happy to be here and to be amongst my people and to be able to talk to them about the shit that I like.
No, definitely. And that's honestly one of the things that's kind of inspired me to kind of do the social media, I guess, route as far as making content, that sort of thing, because I watch a lot of people all the time, like everybody that I just mentioned, like Fantastic Frankie, a bunch of other people on YouTube, and then I'm like, man, like, well, if they're doing it, like, well, I could do it, and I'm pretty knowledgeable. I call myself a walking, talking IMDb. Anything from 1977 on, like pretty much to now, I can name you any actor, writer, director, shit, even composer, and I could tell you pretty much anything. So, yeah, no, I'm pretty knowledgeable.
This guy right here, Gal. If you need to know something, talk to him.
Guy. Come to the basement, man. Come hang out. We have a lot of fun in the basement. So yeah, nice, it's a good time.
So since you've been in the game for a long time, like, is there any advice you would give to like any up and coming content creators? Like, if like people that are trying to just, I don't know, maybe come to a con or just like start their own channel or Instagram or just anything. Like, what advice would you give to somebody that's just trying to like start out?
I mean, to be honest with you, even you saying I've been at the game a long time, when you said, I'm like, damn, like, I guess almost a year is kind of a long time.
A year is a stretch.
I mean, no, it is. And like, as I'm coming closer to August, because my big goal, like, because I've noticed that with the algorithms on different social medias, it all works kind of different ways. And that's when I realized that I'm an old man now, because I'm like, wait, how does this work? I need to use hashtags and what is that? This, that, and the third. But if anything, I'm kind of in a position where I can say consistency is the key, right? But I'm also in a position to where that's advice that I could take. So it's something that I can acknowledge that is a real thing, as far as like, oh, you got to stay consistent and you got to, have stuff, constantly going, even if it's not good, because even though I have issues with a lot of my content, the quality on certain things, there have definitely been certain milestones where it inspires me, like, oh, okay, well, I'm doing something right. I should keep going. Like I had a video where I talked about Wagadu. I was playing Hogwarts Legacy, and there's a character in there. She goes to a school called Wagadu, and it's the African wizarding school, and they have wandless magic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're pulling most of the students are animagus. They can turn into animals. Most of the students there are pulling off stuff on a regular basis that the professors at Hogwarts are doing. Right. So once I found that maybe took I made a video about that on TikTok that maybe took maybe an hour or two to make, maybe tops. And that one is probably either my most viewed or second most viewed. I think that is my most viewed. I think that's at like 16 or 15,000 views. Awesome. Yeah, no, that it was an accomplishment, because it was something that I was flabbergasted by, because the game, for all the controversy that Hogwarts Legacy had with J.K. Rowling and her, personal perspectives and all that kind of stuff, for the game to have as much representation as it did, for one, and good representation for two, it wasn't like, oh, we put this character in there because we need to check a box. Like, no, all the characters in that game are quality characters, and they have substantial backstory and and great, to a certain extent, good character development. And the fact that I used to read the Harry Potter books, at least the first 4. That's all that was out when I was a kid. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but that's all that was out when I was a kid. But I'd never heard of Wagadu. And to hear those kind of stories, and I played a bunch of the games and other stuff before, so I know that there's other schools, but all I could think is, why have I never heard this before? Like, there's a whole African wizarding school where they're way more powerful than all the students at Hogwarts. I'm like, where are the stories there? So for me to take time like that, and I also had a video where I noticed Vin Diesel was in New Jack City, like, for a quick scene.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Pause. So, well, not pause in the video, but hold the fuck up. Yeah. Vin Diesel was in New Jack City?
Yeah. So check this video out too. This one might be my second most viewed. I think that's at like 5,000 or so, like that. So I've watched that movie my entire life, right? Watched that movie my entire life. There's a scene within that, probably like in the first like maybe 10 minutes or so, or 15, where they do an establishing shot of the club where the cat, C&B is, where they have their base operations. Right. And one of the bouncers outside is stopping this girl from coming in and partaking. I just happened to notice this, this guy, and I was like, wait a second, I fucking paused it. And granted, he has hair, so it was a long time ago.
Hold up, Vin Diesel has hair? Whoa! I am learning a lot of new information in this interview right now, so please excuse my excitement and surprisedness.
I told you, walking, talking IMDb, any movie or trivia.
Make sure y'all follow this guy, because like, I got the real time. I did not know any of this.
I got all the movie trivia, But he's like stopping some girl from going in the club, and he's not listing the credits. which through research I've come to learn he's not in the credits because he's actually working, because he was a bouncer back in the day. So he's actually working the club. So I was like, oh, and I'm like, I've watched this movie since I was a child and have never noticed this man until just now. And
Holy shit!
but I bring that up, all that backstory to say that video I made, making that Vin Diesel like he's in New Jack City video, took maybe 30 seconds to make. Second most viewed video I've ever made, versus the 2 or 3 or maybe even days of editing that I've had to do on other videos for technical difficulties in one reason or another. For that to be the one thing that blows up, that took little to no effort, versus the time I'm taking all this time out to actually try to make.
Yeah.
It's a bit confusing. Like I said, I'm an older guy, so I'm I don't get it. Why is this popular? But stuff like that is an inspiration to keep going. I even had a Star Wars Day TikTok that I made where I was listening to it was Battle of Heroes. That's a song from Revenge of the Sith, for all my real nerds out there, and Duel of the Fates, which is the song from Phantom Menace, where Darth Maul fights Qui-Gon Jinn and everything.
You guys can see my best friend right now, but he's like he's a really big Star Wars fan, and he's like just waving his arms like the inflatable man. So
to trump any other major Star Wars fan out there, or most of them, my daughter's name is Leia Ray. So
shit.
So I'm legit, okay. But my point being is that I mentioned that in the video too. I made a video, it was about Star Wars Day, casual fans versus like hardcore fans, such as myself. The official Star Wars account on TikTok was the first and only comment on that video for a long time. Like really? Within the first 10 minutes, they commented on it, and I was like, holy shit. And so even to the point where someone else commenting on it, he was like, dude, the fact that Star Wars is the only comment on this video. So stuff like that, even though in the grand scheme of things, that video didn't even get that many views.
Yeah.
But the fact that the official Star Wars account commented on it, along with, like I said, all the other stuff I just mentioned to you, those are the moments that I kind of hold on to, like, all right, like I'm doing something good. Like I'm doing something that's getting some kind of attention. Even if, I don't think it's good, or if I don't, this video didn't get as many views or likes as this video, if I just keep going, eventually something's going to hit.
Exactly.
And that's really what it comes down to, is consistency, in the sense of just keep putting out content. Now, like I mentioned this earlier, we all have real life shit that we go through and that kind of thing. So taking breaks sometimes is needed. You know what I mean? Because you have to protect your own peace and your own peace of mind, because that's priceless. And if you sacrifice that, the content will reflect that, and you don't want that to come out. But yeah, long story short though, stay consistent. Even if you do take a break, make sure you jump back into it. And even if you have to go somewhere or do something to inspire you to kind of jump into it. I know cons for me definitely inspired me, because when I see other people, and even more so like at Blerd, to see my people out here and for it to just be a comfortable situation, and see other people who share the same passions, that inspires me to be like, okay, I need to keep going, because they're doing it and they're kind of getting somewhere. Or even just in general, even if it doesn't go anywhere, I'm doing and talking about the stuff that I love. So yeah, no, just keep doing it. You got to keep doing it.
And that's like one of the things that I've kind of thought about recently. Like, it's like, if you have an idea for something and you want to do it, just do it. Don't wait to do it, because chances are, by the time you're like, oh, hey, I want to do it, it's either something that's been online that's kind of like past, or you're like, oh, somebody else has already done it and maybe they've done it better. But even still with that, like, just do it, because you literally do not know who's watching. Like, he literally just said like people from Star Wars were watching his content and nobody else. And it just kind of goes back to the whole quality versus quantity. Like, a reel or a photo or a YouTube video or whatever can get, I don't know, 10,000 views, but if something else that somebody makes only gets like maybe 500 views, out of those 500, shit, Kevin Feige could have looked at that and could have been like, hey, you know what? I like the way that this person wrote this scene, or, act this part out. Let me bring them in for like a cameo or something. And boom, there you go. Like, just put yourself out there. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm like shit, what I'm doing right here. Put
Yeah.
yourself out there.
You know,
Okay.
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, for sure.
Exactly.
Which is why I make it a point, any and every opportunity to go and network or meet people, even if it's just to speak and make sure they see my face, go do that. Like, I mean, because people will remember you. Like, I mean, especially if you have something worth saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, they will remember that. It's like, oh yeah, no, you're the guy that said X, Y, and Z. Oh yeah, no, I remember you.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be surprised the kind of people that will remember you and even bring you on to go and do stuff because, like, oh yeah, no, I remember you. And that one time we talked about X, Y, and Z. You're cool. Hey, come check this out with me. And then, you know, you never know what could happen after that. So
exactly. Never underestimate the power of the interactions that you have with people because they can lead to amazing things. So, you know, talk to people, communicate, cultivate, put yourself out there, all that good stuff. But before we get out here, of course, I have to ask you, my man, important questions.
of course.
Anybody in the multiverse that you can get high with, who is it going to be and why?
Okay, so we briefly talked about this earlier. I then said Shaggy and Scooby. To me, that just seems like an easy answer because, like, obviously, right, exactly. And like I mentioned to you earlier, not only after you smoke, you're gonna have an unlimited amount of ridiculous munchies because they have these stupid big sandwiches, like, you know what I mean, like all kinds of stuff, picnic baskets that are like inexcusably like Santa Claus bag full, like, you know what I mean, like they're going down into the ground kind of thing. But to break out of that cliche, if I could smoke with anybody in the multiverse, God, I want to say Deadpool, but the fourth wall breaking would probably break me. Like, you know what I mean? I'd be like, wait, who are you talking to? Like, what's happening?
Wait, are you talking to me?
Right.
Who are you talking to?
Who is us? Like, who are we? Oh man. Anybody in the multiverse? Oof, boy.
I know it's a big question.
No, it is because now I'm like racking. Like, all right, so I'm covering the Marvel stuff, covering the DC stuff, covering the anime stuff, like Dark Horse. Oh man, if I could smoke with anybody,
Would you smoke with the character that you are right now as Kick-Ass?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, so the reason why I got attached to this character is because I felt like he kind of represented me and I guess like the average everyday nerd because I had often wondered like, dude, how come no one's ever tried to be a superhero before? Which foolishly I tried as a child. Don't do that. Like,
really?
Can
you tell us briefly like about that? Like,
sure. So
did you?
Oh no, it's extremely brief.
I'm just picturing you like. There's some lady who has like a shopping cart and somebody
we
tries
didn't
to
even
like,
get that far.
Tries to like steal her melons. You're like, I'll save you, miss.
Oh yeah, no, we never even got that far because I understood like pretty early, like to be a real life superhero, you pretty much have to be a vigilante. Like if you were gonna be like a real life superhero, you have to have Bruce Wayne kind of money because I need safe houses everywhere. Like, you know what I mean? You need, flip over license plates, all different kinds of shit. I don't have that kind of money, so I can't do that. But I had a name. I had Justice Knight was my name, and that's Knight. You know what I mean? Because play on words. I had a bamboo stick as my weapon, which I got into a fight with another neighborhood kid who had a broomstick. My bamboo stick didn't make it. So Justice Knight died that evening. Like there was no more. I was destroyed. I literally like wept over my broken bamboo stick. So it was a very short-lived vigilante career, unfortunately. So,
but hey, after Justice Knight, Kick-Ass.
Oh no, yeah, Kick-Ass. Funny story about this. I went to go see this. Like the day it came out, I went with like my cousin, who's one of my best friends, my girlfriend at the time, whose name was Nirvana. And another good friend of mine, and we went to go smoke beforehand and go pregame, and like we kind of timed it just perfectly. So the movie was fucking fantastic,
nice.
Right? And then I was so geeked to go home with my girlfriend that I didn't give my cousin a ride home. He took the train there, but he lived literally down the street from me. I didn't give him a ride home because I was so geeked to get home with her. He got robbed on the way home.
Holy shit.
And in my fucking, movie brain, all I could think when he initially told me was like, "You didn't try any Kick-Ass shit?" So, yeah,
bro, you didn't defend yourself.
Right? I was like, "What do you mean? We just saw the movie, bro." Like,
you didn't fight.
Right. But obviously, real life is a little bit different. But that was also why I liked the movie because his weakness of being knives, basically. Like, I'm like, I don't want to get stabbed. Like, that's probably a realistic thing.
That's fair.
But yeah, no, the movie just really spoke to me because it took that superhero genre and kind of turned it on its head.
Yeah.
So someone like Kick-Ass, I think would be great because he's just a regular nerd like the rest of us.
Exactly.
So to see him kind of loosen up even more than what he already is, that could be fun. But I mean, to be honest, I'll go with the Scooby and Shaggy thing because I mean, like I said, the munchies is really what it comes down to. So you got good munchies after the smoke session, then I'm down. So
Absolutely.
yeah, definitely.
Okay. What about somebody you think would be like the absolute worst person to get high with?
So even though he's my favorite superhero, I will say Captain America, Steve Rogers.
Okay.
And I love Steve to death. He's the idea of what a superhero should be. But yeah, I honestly I feel like I would be guilty the entire time smoking with him. Like I feel like not that he would necessarily guilt me, but I would just feel guilty smoking with the Captain America.
No,
Sam Wilson, not so much. I feel like you'd be alright, nigga. Like just put the J.
I feel like Sam has already smoked before.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. It's one of those things. He's like, it's legal in my state, no problem. So, yeah.
Well, hey man, I appreciate you coming on the podcast, man.
No, thank you so much. I appreciate you, man. Dex, you're the man. I definitely will be a regular on your channel, and I hope that you guys come and check out my dad's basement. Like I said, come and check me out and TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Like I said, we talk about everything nerdy: movies, comic books, TV shows, cartoons, action figures, you name it. We do it at the basement. So come check me out.
Hey, you name it, they do it.